Naples, in the 18th century, was not a quiet capital. It was loud, it was crowded, it was alive. In the 18th century, the city was known by two names. To its people, it was Napoli. To the artists and travelers who came to paint it, it was Naples. To Northern Europeans, Naples was the end of the journey, the final stop of the Grand Tour. Beyond it lay only sea, volcano, and myth. Artists arrived with sketchbooks, philosophers arrived with questions, scientists arrived to measure fire and stone. What they found was a city unlike any other in Europe. A place of immense beauty, constant danger, and human life pressed tightly together beneath an active volcano. This is Naples, as the 18th century saw it. The first sight of Naples was always the same. The bay. Artists stood on hills, on boats, on monastery terraces, framing the city against the curve of the sea. Church domes, palace walls, crowded roofs, all held together by light. The Bay of Naples became one of the most painted views in Europe, not because it was orderly, but because it was complete. Here was nature and civilization, facing each other in perfect tension. Sailboats drifted across the water. Fishermen worked close to shore. Merchants' ships waited for permission to dock. The city did not hide itself. It opened outward, toward the sea, toward the world, toward the eyes of strangers who came to record it. Behind the beauty, there was always the mountain. Vesuvius. In the 18th century, it was no longer only feared. It was studied. Eruptions were sketched. Smoke was measured. Lava flows were traced like maps. Painters climbed its slopes, often at night, to capture fire against darkness. For the Enlightenment mind, Vesuvius was not chaos. It was a system waiting to be understood. For the people of Naples, it was a constant presence, a reminder that the ground itself was alive. The city lived not in ignorance of danger, but in acceptance of it. Naples did not turn away from Vesuvius. It faced it every day. At sea level, the port never slept. Sailors shouted, fish were unloaded, barrels rolled across stone. The port of Naples was one of the busiest in Europe, a place where trade, poverty, and survival met. Artists loved the harbor, not for its symmetry, but for its density. Every painting shows motion. Bodies leaning, ropes pulled tight, boats pressing against one another. Here, Naples revealed its true scale. Not a refined capital, but a living organism, This was a city sustained by labor, by hands, by constant arrival and departure. Naples was not polished, it was powerful. Facing the open space near the harbor stood the royal palace. The Bourbon kings ruled from here, close to the people, yet carefully separated from them. Unlike Versailles, the palace did not dominate the city from afar. It stood within it. Paintings show the contrast clearly. Royal facades beside crowded streets, authority beside noise. Power in Naples was visible, but never isolated. The king ruled a city he could hear. High above the streets, artists found distance. From the Certosa di San Martino, Naples spread out below like a living map. This viewpoint appears again and again in 18th century paintings, not because it was religious, but because it revealed everything at once. The bay, the port, the palace, the volcano. From here, Naples became legible, a city that could finally be understood, if only from a distance. Naples did not express its power only through palaces or armies. It performed it. In 1737, the Teatro di San Carlo opened its doors, larger, more advanced, and more elegant than any opera house in Europe. Inside, society arranged itself as carefully as the music. The royal box stood at the center, visible to all. Nobles, diplomats, and visitors watched, and were watched in return. Opera in Naples was never just entertainment. It was ceremony, hierarchy, a display of order wrapped in sound. From this stage, Neapolitan music traveled across Europe. Composers, singers, and styles shaped taste far beyond the city. At the Teatro di San Carlo, power did not hide behind walls. It stood under the lights. Away from grand views, there was the street. Napoli cut straight through the city, narrow, crowded, unavoidable. Here, painters showed less ideal beauty and more truth. Children played, vendors shouted, clothes hung overhead. This was Naples without explanation, without framing, a city too full of life to be simplified. In the 18th century, Naples could not be reduced to one image. It was beautiful and overwhelming. Scholars came seeking knowledge. Artists came seeking light. Travelers came seeking the edge of Europe. What they found was a city that refused stillness. Naples did not promise order, it offered experience. And through paint, through observation, through the patient work of those who tried to understand it, Naples entered history, not as a ruin, but as a moment in motion, a city seen, a city remembered, a city alive.